What's love? Today, I am just myself, and you are just you. I want to share with you some small insights and thoughts I've had lately, and I hope these thoughts can truly help you. I want to talk about a question many people have asked me. What is love? Truth be told, every time someone asks me this, I find it a little difficult. I'm not someone who has grown immensely or seen enough of the world to speak from vast experience. Nor am I someone who has lived through countless stories and can now define love perfectly in hindsight. So today's episode on What is Love is not me standing on a pedestal, pretending to have all the answers. It's more like a sincere conversation from where I stand in my life right now, sharing my current understanding of what love really is. If you're still young, if you're in the middle of liking someone, hesitating, hoping, feeling disappointed, or even a little lost, then maybe what I say today won't be the definitive answer, but it might be like a small lamp, helping you slowly make sense of that messy, indescribable feeling in your heart. So what is love? If we look at it from an objective, rational perspective, it's not as romantic as it seems. In psychology and neuroscience, part of love is linked to chemical reactions in our bodies. Your heart races because of someone, you think of them repeatedly, you wait for their messages, you feel overjoyed by a single sentence, or suddenly hurt by a little indifference. Behind these feelings lie the reward mechanism of dopamine, excitement from novelty, and restlessness, and longing when our attachment system is activated. It's not that you're being dramatic or too sensitive. More often than not, it's just human instinct. From this perspective, love is a complex physical and emotional response. It excites us, makes us devoted, draws us close, and also makes us fear losing someone. Thinking more rationally, I believe love can even be broken down into parts. There's attraction, that sudden spark when you see someone. There's intimacy, the willingness to open up to someone. And there's commitment, choosing not just a temporary crush, but to walk with them seriously for a long time. So scientific explanations are not wrong. They help us understand that love is not some myth that falls out of thin air. It has patterns tied to emotions, attachment, experiences, personality, and even the sense of security we built in childhood. But here's the question. If love is only that, then why do we suddenly think of someone late at night, even if we haven't spoken in ages? Why do we feel most like ourselves around someone who might not be the most suitable on paper? Why do some relationships, long after they've ended, still leave a gentle ache in our hearts, an ache we know comes from genuine love? Later, I realized that science can explain why love begins, but it cannot fully explain what love means to us. It can explain the flutter in your chest, but not why your first instinct is to hold someone when they're sad. It can't explain why, even when you're hurt, you still try to speak honestly, not letting misunderstandings grow. It can't explain how, in love, you slowly learn restraint, respect, and not letting your own emotions hurt others. These are no longer just reactions. They are the parts of yourself that grow within a relationship. So if you ask me, in real life, deep in each of our hearts, what is love? I think it's being unusually sensitive to one person's feelings out of everyone else. Not saying much out loud, but remembering their habits, their vulnerabilities, knowing they're hurting even when they're silent. Wanting to be near them not just because they make you happy, but because you're willing to understand their unhappiness too. Love can also be a mirror. You think you're loving someone, but slowly you realize you're also seeing yourself in that relationship, your expectations, your insecurities, your fear of being ignored, and how much softer you are than you ever imagined. Sometimes we think love is about gaining someone, but later we find that love is often about understanding ourselves. It's not just something that breaks our hearts, it's something that makes us grow. Truly good love doesn't only bring temporary joy. It makes you more sincere, braver, and more responsible in the relationship. I can care for you without controlling you. I can rely on you without losing myself. If what I said earlier is love in a scientific sense, then what comes after is love, as I see it, in real life. So if you ask me what love is from where I stand now, it might start with a racing heart, dopamine, hope, and nervousness. But as time goes on, it becomes understanding, consideration, and responsibility. It means loving you earnestly and loving myself earnestly too. And I think that is both important and rare.